Hello guys, how's it going today? So this week I'm going to be covering more stuff on the team management side and how to hire and how to recruit and build a team. But first video this week, I was actually asked this question by one of my coaching students. So thank you for this. Here's the video on accountability partners. But before we get into, what an accountability partner is, why you should have one, how to find one, etc., etc., I'm going to be talking about the clothes I'm wearing in this week's videos. It's going to be from Iman Gadzi's clothing line, Gadji Clothing. I'll link it down below. He sent me these, really, really cool. The washed black fabric looks even better in real life. Really like the Private Victories t-shirt as well. Unfortunately, when I tried to buy it, it was already sold out. But yeah, nevertheless, really cool clothing line. Looks amazing, feels really high quality, definitely. What I like about the hoodies and the shirts is this is a large, by the way. Normally I wear mediums for hoodies because large hoodies, although width-wise it fits quite nicely on me, length-wise it's just normally too long. But by the way, this is not a paid promotion or anything. I wish I was sponsored by them, but yeah, I just really like the clothing line. Check them out, I'll link them down below. So yeah, anyways, let's get into this week's videos. So I'm super excited to bring you guys this video because an accountability partner is something that helped me out massively in the beginning. Not so much now because I've developed, just an incredible work ethic over the past month and a half. So yeah, but let's get into exactly what an accountability partner is. So it's essentially someone that keeps you on track, and I don't know how normally people do it, but the way I did it was we got on weekly calls where we set goals and reviewed how the week went in terms of workflow and were we on point with our routines, did this go wrong, and try to basically diagnose what went right and what went wrong and why things went wrong and why things went right, etc., etc. That was very, very key in terms of progressing my agency to signing my first client, especially. So yeah, it's having an accountability partner really does help in terms of the motivation and discipline aspect, simply because you're so used to working, for someone with an employee's mindset. It's very, very hard to, self-motivate and work harder essentially when you no longer have that kind of external accountability. So in the beginning, having an accountability partner really, really does help, and in my opinion beats having a business partner, simply because you're working separately on your businesses, so it adds a competition factor, but also you're not relying on the other person to do the work for you, which is why you should ultimately have an accountability partner. How you guys should communicate: maybe a weekly call and a good morning text or something, and basically sending them your goals for the day and how you're feeling, blah blah. So yeah, that's how I would run things. In terms of how to actually get an accountability partner, that's what I'm going to be covering right now. So yeah, let's get into it. In my opinion, this is just me, by the way. These are the three factors that I look for: good mental health, positivity, and someone who's patient and that understands that building an agency isn't easy. It's a very long process, and basically is in it for the long run, not to get rich quick scheme. So yeah, solid mindset, positive attitude, and someone who's in it for the long run. Also, one thing that I would recommend you guys do in terms of looking for an accountability partner is someone that's roughly at the same level of intelligence as you. So what I mean by that is, someone who's, extremely intelligent, pairing up with someone who's slightly less so is not the ideal partnership in my opinion. I don't really want to go into why IQ matters and things of that nature, but just know you don't have to be super smart to succeed in this business model, but you don't want to really partner with someone that's vastly different in terms of intelligence. Just synergistically, in my opinion, it doesn't work out too well. Because you're going to be facing different struggles. So people with slightly lower intelligence, in my opinion, would face the struggle of, knowing what to do and being very creative in terms of, both outreach, understanding how Facebook algorithms work and things of that nature. However, people who are, slightly more intelligent might not struggle with that, but would, be trapped in the thing of just over analyzing everything and not actually taking any action. So I would recommend, you pair up with someone that's, on the same kind of wavelength as you. That sounds really harsh because it feels like I'm calling some of you stupid, but I promise you that's not the case. I'm just trying to give the most honest advice that I can and what's worked out for me. So yeah, definitely find someone that's a similar level of intelligence as you. I think that helps out massively as well. Also, last tip is ideally you want to find someone that's slightly more ahead of you in the journey of entrepreneurship. So for example, an agency owner, maybe if you don't have clients, partner up with someone that's, already got a couple of clients, knows how to do service delivery, because then they can kind of like guide and mentor you. That's very challenging to do, and you're going to have to really, really sell yourself on why they should waste their time, not waste their time, but like why you're worth their time and why you're worth them investing their time into in terms of having an accountability partner. Just because, you always want to partner up with people that's more ahead of you in the game. Personally, I was very fortunate in terms of, finding Salim and Gabriel, who helped me out massively in the process, and like they're successful agency owners and I'm now able to help them as well, which, makes me just feel wonderful. So yeah, it's like, how do you convince yourself and convey the value that you add? So for example, me, people don't really question my knowledge and expertise in terms of outreach, especially just because, if you follow me on my Instagram, the kind of stats I get for my kind of outreach and how I do things and how I run my agency. It's incredibly efficient. So yeah, it's just like people never really had to question me on my expertise, which is why it was quite easy for me to find accountability partners that were slightly more ahead of me in my agency journey. However, not going to be the case for all of you, which is why, I highly, highly recommend that, you find someone that's similar kind of story to you. And one place to do it, if you need an accountability partner, drop it in the comment below. Just introduce yourself, like what's your name, how old are you, blah blah, where you're based, what's your story briefly, and then from there hopefully you guys are able to pair up with each other. Personally, I lost my accountability partner, Lynn. I hope you're watching this. Screw you for giving up on the journey, but no, I'm joking, it's all good. But I do need an accountability partner relatively soon. If you guys have clients and you're a very established agency owner, feel free to reach out. However, to be honest, I'm not trying to pair up with anyone that's, just starting out in their journey. So yeah, don't bother if you don't have clients already. But yeah, if you do and you're interested in keeping me accountable and I'll do the same for you, then drop it down in the comments, or, alternatively, just send me a DM right here. Here. Sorry, this is where I put my Instagram. But anyways, so yeah, other than that, that's pretty much in terms of like the criterias that I would look for in an accountability partner. Also, having a similar background also helps. For example, my accountability partner prior to this was Vietnamese. So Asian. It makes a bit of sense, like culturally, it would synergistically make a bit more sense to do that. However, obviously, race doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so how do you actually go about finding it? Facebook groups, as I said earlier, or the comment section of this video. If you're in a course, go to their Facebook group and then just be like, hey, I'm looking for an accountability partner to do like weekly calls, daily messages kind of thing. And then, someone's going to respond probably via DM or something. Or you can do, if you want to find someone that's, more ahead of you in your agency journey, what I would do is just go on Instagram, type in, something media, and then you would probably find a bunch of agencies, and then from there find the agency owners. I'd say DM like between 20 to 50, and you're definitely going to be able to find a very, very good accountability partner that works for you. So yeah, that's how I would go about finding an accountability partner, and how I would go about qualifying, and I've already explained why it's important to do so. And, oh yeah, by the way, check out this clothing line, links down below, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, by the way. Have a good day.